Mentors have been very important in my career. When I was in medical school, I think I didn't really have mentors in medical school, but once I finished medical school and I did my first job, I did a surgical job with Professor McCall, who was the chair of surgery at Guy's Hospital. And I think he got knighted since I left, but he was just an amazing person. He was extremely down to earth. In fact, in England, he did the endoscopies, which is part of the scopes, which is sort of my first introduction. He always treated me as being an equal. He was very interested in my career. In fact, when I left to go to the States, he took care of my mother. He invited her out to dinner. I mean, he met her because she was, I had left and she was still there. So he was a very warm person. He really cared about my career. In Pennsylvania Hospital, my mentor was a gastroenterologist I mentioned, and he actually got me my fellowship. At the time, all the fellowship slots had been filled already by the time I was interested at the University of Pennsylvania. And he had a grateful patient who gave money for a fellowship. So he offered to pay for my fellowship to go to the University of Pennsylvania, which gave me the opportunity to go to the University of Pennsylvania. And that was with no strings attached. And then the chief of gastroenterology at the University of Pennsylvania was my mentor. And in fact, I selected to work with him in research. I hadn't done any research before, really because of him and not the work. So there are pluses and minuses to that. But he, when we went to meetings, he would introduce me to everybody. He introduced me to all the people who were prominent in the field. He would get me on committees. I mean, he was just open doors for me. And when he left, the next chief of gastroenterology was also a mentor, even though it was in a completely different field. And he got me onto committees also at the NIH, which was very important for my career. So I've had mentors all my life. When I was at school, I would say my mentors are really my parents. But I think in terms of young people, they don't realize that anybody you ask for help loves to give help. So people in higher positions love to give advice. I mean, you may not want their advice, and they may give you too much advice, but people love to give advice. So if you go to somebody and that you admire and you ask them for advice, they are going to give you advice. And if you're an engaging person and you're interested in them and they're interested in you, you will work up a relationship, and then they will be willing to. As long as you are straightforward and you are able to do what you say you can do, people want to help younger people. So don't think of people as being intimidating that you admire. Go to them. They are likely to want to help you.